What's up guys, Jimmy Chang here, and today we are going to be reviewing an electric unicycle, what I call the Toyota Corolla of electric unicycles, or the Goldilocks of electric unicycles for beginners or for people on a budget. We've been reviewing electric unicycles on this channel for a long time, and high-end electric unicycle tech has come a long ways. The newest premium wheels go faster, go farther, and drain your bank account quicker than ever before. If you're interested in getting into the hobby of electric unicycles, but you don't want to throw down a ton of money on something you just aren't sure about, or if you're on a budget and you're just looking for something that's relatively inexpensive and a way to get around campus or around the neighborhood, the options up until now, they've been pretty limited to toy gimmicky wheels that have been too small, too impractical. In this video, we're going to share with you the Goldilocks wheel that's not too big, not too small, and in terms of performance and price point for beginners or budget-minded folks, it's just right. I call it the Toyota Corolla of EUCs. This is the Begode Future, and apparently the future is all about making affordable entry-level electric unicycles that are durable and practical. It's got a 15-inch tire, weighs about 37 pounds, and has a very respectable 800-watt motor, because power is important when you're trying to look effortlessly cool, gliding through the streets at around 15 miles an hour. You won't be racing this wheel, but it will be one of the funnest 15-mile-an-hour commutes as you turn heads and drop jaws during your ride. All right, this is really the best mess around wheel. I'm just waiting for my wife. We're about to go on this backcountry ski trip, and while I'm waiting for her to finish packing, I'm just messing around on this wheel. It's perfect for riding backwards. You have that really wide tire, which makes riding backwards really nice. If you don't need a ton of speed and you don't have a lot of room to work with, this is great just to mess around, practice these fun little skills. The battery on this thing is a solid 375 watt hours, which means about 10 to 15 miles of range per charge. That's enough to get you to work or class, or just make a fun little coffee run, or just enjoy a nice cruise while walking the dog, which is what I love using this for, walking the dog. Okay, and for beginners, balance is kind of important, and the Begode Future has you covered. First off, it's got this especially wide tire, and the wide tire will really help to keep you stable. It's also filled with safety features like configurable alarms, tilt back, basically things to help tell you to slow down when you're going too fast. A lot of the recent entry-level wheels or low-cost wheels are either too tiny and underpowered or too fragile to really survive the abuse that new riders inflict on the wheels as they learn. These pads, so durable, it just takes a beating. Really protected, and it's nice. It doesn't have a brittle plastic shell. It's got a great size. It's almost the perfect size to learn on, and it's very durable. And while the M10 Mini was just way too small, the size of the Future feels just right for short commutes and leisurely joyrides. It feels much more comfortable and natural than those small wheels of the recent past, which always felt like they were trying to bruise my shins. I called this the Goldilocks wheel for beginners. Not too big, like those monster high performance wheels, those beasts that requires you to wear riot gear each time you ride. When I ride this, because it only goes 15 miles an hour, this is it. This is all the safety gear that I wear. But it's also not too small like those dinky little toy wheels that make you feel like a goofy circus performer. Nope, it's just right. Small enough to be portable, powerful enough to keep things interesting. I can go on light off-road trails, I can go up and down curbs with the proper technique, and priced perfectly at around $7.99, so you can afford to have fun and still pay rent, hopefully. And this brings us to the sponsor of this video. The folks at eRide Life have always been supporters of the channel. Seth is the mastermind, and with eRide Life, they're the ones that have really been helping to push forward the whole culture of electric unicycles, getting more people aware of just how great these things are, not only for commuting, but for community and to help with your soul. Let's look at the Begode Future $7.99 price point, which you can check over at eRide Life. They're now selling these. Let's compare these rides to other rides in its class. As far as EUCs go, you're looking at the M10-4 and the M10 Mini, both of which are fun wheels, but too small for any serious commuting. If you like riding sideways, the one-wheel pint costs about $750, which is similar in price, similar in top speed at around 15 miles an hour, but the 6 to 8 mile range on the one-wheel pint will turn many people away from the one wheel. And if you're thinking about one wheel, but you're afraid about nosedives and you're afraid about the short range in that pint and you're looking for something around that $800 category, check out the Begode Future. And if you're a data nerd who really loves to dive into the numbers, then check out our EUC comparison tool at freshlycharged.com, where you can sort through all the relevant EUCs, allowing you to compare and contrast the options out there. And if we've tested and reviewed a model that you're interested in, be sure to read and watch our review, because it's your views, likes, and comments that allow us to keep doing what we love to do. So big thank you for your support. Since this is a short commuter wheel, I have to talk lights. This thing has listed dual 2000 lumen headlights. But before you get excited for all those lumens, understand that 2000 lumens in China is more like 200 lumens in the US. That is not 2,000 lumens each here in the US. I wish the Begode Future headlight was brighter, because right now it's about as bright as the light on my cell phone. The rear taillight, it's stylish and practical for when you inevitably will get overtaken by that guy on a $4,000 EUC going 50 miles an hour. But be assured that your single-wheeled Toyota Corolla wasn't built to race, it was built for practicality. And speaking of practical, the taillight also acts as a battery meter on the fly because, well, there's no display on this bare bones wheel. The Future, it's also a little on the heavy side. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to body shame this EUC, but if you're going to be targeting a commuter demographic and you don't have a trolley handle, a wheel that's this heavy, what it means is without a trolley handle, you're going to have to carry this around in areas that you won't be able to ride. There's no display. Use the kill switch to lift it up. How much does this weigh?
37 pounds.
Okay. Yeah, so it weighs about the equivalent of carry-on luggage, maybe a little bit heavier. Just depends on who's packing the luggage. It's not super light, not something you'd want to walk really far distance just carrying, but it is doable. One of the things that is missing from this that I would like to see is there's no trolley handle. If I'm riding to class or to the office, the only option you have is to carry it like a briefcase. I wish it had some sort of trolley handle. The plus side, until a third-party trolley handle comes out, I won't feel guilty skipping arm day at the gym because I'm gonna get my arm exercise in carrying this guy around. Not that I ever do arm day at the gym or leg day or any day at the gym, but you know what I mean. The Future, it's not about breaking speed records, it's about introducing new riders to the world of electric unicycles in a way that won't break the bank and that is approachable and not intimidating. All right, so portable, but not super lightweight. It's fast enough for what I need for when I take my dog on a walk. I can go on light trails, I can go on sidewalks around the neighborhood, no problems. And I don't feel like I'm going to nosedive, or I don't feel unsteady like sometimes I feel like on my one wheel, and I don't feel like I have to gear up crazy with all my gear like when I take out my high powered wheels. When I go on those like 40-50 mile an hour wheels, there's always the there's always the temptation to go fast because you have that speed. With this wheel, however, the Future, I'm not going faster than around 15 miles an hour. 15-16 miles an hour, so it's perfect. For $799, you get a nice entry-level wheel, the Toyota Corolla of EUCs, that's affordable, will get you from A to B comfortably, and is surprisingly durable. So should you get one? Not if you plan on going on group rides, unless the group ride is with a bunch of one-wheel pints. And yes, you should get this wheel if you're a beginner, a casual rider, or someone who enjoys the thrill of a futuristic ride without having to sell a kidney. But for the rest of us, the Begode Future is the modern-day Toyota Corolla electric unicycle that beginner and budget-minded riders have been waiting for. Check out our full written review at freshlycharged.com. Thanks for watching, and when you guys ride, wear your safety gear.